Hi, my name is Paige Hawes and welcome to my sketchbook tour. Since I've had a sketchbook since I was about 12 or 13 years old, I have a bunch and I finally want to share them with you. So here's a look inside this sketchbook. So right when you open it, there's my name, and then when you go to the first page, I just write down a bunch of goals that I want to accomplish during this next year. So like here, I was like, write more happy thoughts, actually fill up each page, LOL, be consistent and dedicated to school and social media. So like stuff like that. Then these next few pages, I was actually on a flight to New York, I think. That's what it looks like, yeah. And I was listening to Christian music, and so I was doodling some words from the songs I was listening to and getting prepared to go to New York. And then I started drawing, kind of illustrating some stuff. And it was during Christmas time, I think. So that's why I wrote Oh Holy Night. And then I'm a designer, so I did that. And I really went in on the Christmas. And Paige Miss, hello, that's me. Then this next page is one of my favorites. Actually, it's a 3-part series. When I went to school at Oregon State, we had to do this exercise in one of my graphic design classes, and the first one was called What Am I Good At? So I listed everything that I thought I was good at, like graphic design and video editing. And then we did another question, and it was, what do I want to get better at? And so I listed everything I want to get better at, and it was just very great to reflect on everything that I thought I was. And then this one's funny. What do I want to do or achieve in the next 6 months? And well, there's a pandemic, but lol, in this layout is kind of chill because I was in class at that time. So I was just doodling random things like Boy in Space. I did a lyric video for him, so I just did that, and there's little me. Then there's this, and I love to draw type. Type is my favorite. So you'll see a bunch of different variations of type here in my journal or my sketchbook. But yeah, then this layout, this is actually just from me taking notes for a class. We had to read this book called Making Ideas Happen by Scott Belsky. And honestly, it was one of the best books I've ever read. It was very informative on how to make your ideas happen and actually stay organized. So these are just some quotes and some personal notes I took about it. And then thank you. I don't know why I was writing thank you, but thank you. And then Lonely Anthem, that's actually a song by this girl named Lay that I really like. Then this next page is a type explosion, if you want to call it that. I was working on my senior thesis project called Capstone, and I just kind of got carried away, and it was Valentine's Day, so cute. Design members only. So I really remember making this layout. I was in my portfolio class and I didn't know what I was doing with my portfolio website and my whole branding thing. So I just decided to doodle, but I was paying attention. On the right hand is actually names for my family, and we call ourselves Sexy Six because there's 6 of us. So I don't know why I was thinking about them that day, but I just decided to write everyone's names. And then the next day I had a presentation for one of my graphic design classes, so I was just writing big giant Prezi because I was getting really excited for the presentation. Then at the presentation next day, I took a bunch of notes, and when I take notes on a presentation, I like to write down bunch of quotes that they're saying and make it more fun than just, oh, these are my notes. And then here are some more letter forms that I designed, and I actually want to make the design on the left into a sweatshirt or something because I think it's really cute. Then for my portfolio class, we had to make takeaway items, and this is when the pandemic wasn't really going on, but these were initially going to be stickers or takeaway cards. I still want to make them, maybe, I don't know. Oh, here's more type again. I do want to make a typeface sometime soon. I love typography so much, and I don't know what I was writing on the right, but yeah. And then here's some more doodles. This was probably during, this was during Valentine's Day and February, I think. So I was really in the mood to just go all out. And then I really like the 2020 at the bottom of this page. And I was listening to, I think, more Christian music, and I just wrote a note to myself. And then here I go again with my typography. I don't know why I chose to write all these names of these cities, but I did. And I was in class, but I was paying attention yet again. But yeah, I just chose to do that. And then I cannot tell you how much I love Death by a Thousand Cuts by Taylor Swift. That song is my jam. I say that about all these songs, but yeah. Then I was thinking about more takeaway items for my portfolio class that never happened. And here are more different things I was thinking about. I was thinking about Instagram, things that never happened. See, that's the problem. I sketch a lot, but I don't design a lot. I design a lot, but yeah, whatever. The next page, I really like quotes, and I do like the quote, applied knowledge is power. Then since I have an ever-changing mind, I chose to write down some self-marketing tips and then write down self-love tutorial because I need to give myself some self-love. And then this is when I kind of began doing more patterns, illustrations, shapes, things. I was really into shapes in February. I do not know why, but I just love, like, look at all these shapes. The little flowers, the scribbles, the woos, the little doo-doo-doos, woo. They look like they can bounce. They look like little spirals, whatever. And then I really like the word move, so I wanted to play around with that, and there are more shapes. You have to manage yourself. That's what my professor said, and I'm still trying to figure out how to manage myself, but I'm gonna get there. But anyway, this is my favorite on the left. That's my favorite thing I've ever done, I think, in this whole journal. LOL. Anyway, this is when I started getting into illustration. I do not call myself an illustrator. I am first a designer, but I started doing that. And then I was listening to Taylor Swift, probably, you need to calm down, obviously. And then, oh my God, I love branding. So I did all these little miniature logos that could potentially be a part of a brand. They didn't turn into anything, but that's okay. And then I did this thing on the left during one of my classes again. And then my friend one day on Instagram was like, Paige, you should make those into stickers. And I was like, imagine that. Imagine a little Christmas tree on a sticker. So cute. Or a little carrot. Okay, so then towards the end of February, I started getting into this light gray moment, I would call it. And this next page is my favorite. Forget what I said about the other one. This is my favorite. So I did not write the names of these animals first. I drew the shapes first, and then I associated them with an animal. If you look at the left side, there's a little pig. That looks like a pig. Or if you look at the elephant on the right side, that looks like an elephant. Please tell me that it does look like an elephant. Or the penguin. Okay, wait, which one's my favorite? I think my favorite is the bat that's on the left at the bottom, or the best one is the puffin bird that's on the left in the middle. Amazing. Then in the beginning of March, I went through a breakup, so I told myself, you'll be okay, because I really was going to be okay, so I gave myself some self-love. 2 days after it happened, actually no, 1 day after it happened, I said, I'm doing better, but I was still really sad, but I just wanted to make this to show myself that I can improve. And then during March, I found this green pen that I had, and so I started writing with it because I always associate green with March. And then the next page was kind of bittersweet because I had my last day in class with one of my favorite professors. It was just a sad moment. And then I just wrote a little life update. Then instead of choosing to throw myself a pity party, I chose to write down things that I'm grateful for and things that are going well in my life. So I was like, I'm not panicking. I have food. I have people to talk to. And then March started to kind of improve a little bit. And so I started creating more and more in my journal. And I made these little flowers. I really like just this flower arrangement. And here are more shapes. Wow, I'm on a roll here. I really like this one. I actually turned this pattern into something I use for a class, and I also use this pattern as well on the left. Then since I was in so many Zoom calls when I came home for quarantine, I decided to make more patterns, and so here are these. I still haven't filled them in all the way, but I plan on doing that sometime soon. Then this was so funny because it was Easter. This is the first weekend that I was home for quarantine, and my mom saw me doing this, and I first wrote Happy Easter, and then I wrote blessed afterwards, but then when she looked at it, she was like, blessed Happy Easter. And so now whenever I look at it, I can only see blessed Happy Easter, but in reality, it's just supposed to be Happy Easter. He is risen. He is risen indeed. Then at one point I got into funky shapes. So the ones on the left are really bizarre, and then the ones on the right are more natural. But then I started getting into leaf designs and nature, and so I made that. I do like how that looks. And then I was thinking about different doodles I can add over photos, like just overlay them on top of a selfie or something. And so I started making all of these, like that little happy face. And I do like how the word love turned out there. And then I actually used the one on the right, that pattern, for a Instagram post I did a couple weeks ago. I turned it into a motion post, which is really amazing. And then towards the end of my spring term at Oregon State, I started doing more illustration stuff. The ones on the left, that is more branding stuff, but the one on the right, that is more illustration. And bear with me, I'm no illustrator, as I've said before, but I really tried. And I know that the small head, huge body is a huge trend. I don't know if it's still a trend right now in illustration, but I attempted to do that, and I need to practice more, but I did like how the little girl on the left turned out. I thought she was really cute. The one on the right, not so much. And I know I said I need to practice more on my illustration, which I do, but the thing is, I want to do everything. Like, I love art so much. I love graphic design, I love video editing, I love photography, I love fashion, I love music. I just want to do it all. I want to be the social media queen. But yeah, I am trying to improve and become a more well-rounded artistic person. So that's the goal here. And this is where I kind of went in on my illustration. I really like this layout. This is my favorite. Love your planet. So cute. And the little cat at the bottom. Come on. Come on. Then one day I was sitting outside in the California sun and I decided to doodle more. I did some quotes, and then I also drew this evil lady in the bottom left corner who looks like Edna Mode. And then if I remember correctly, this is the first day that I started trying to illustrate something every day, or just spend a good 30 minutes to an hour illustrating. And I tried to do some little people here. I do like how they turned out. I obviously need to improve here and there, maybe everywhere, but I do like just to see how much I've improved from the beginning until now. And look at that little globe, the globe. I still need to turn that into a design. And then this is some of my type work that I did on the phrase move your body. That's just on the left. And then on the right, that's probably when I started watching TikTok a lot. And then I started seeing a bunch of tweets that said, thank you, Miss Rona. So I did that. And then an upside down smiley face because that's one of my favorite emojis. And I probably wasn't getting enough sleep because I wrote Sleepy Girl. And then finally, I spent my birthday in quarantine. My birthday is May 20th, 1997. I had a great birthday at home, but I wish I could spend it with my friends, but it was eventful to say the least. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed looking through my sketchbook. And if you want, you can follow me at Paige Hawes on Instagram, or at Paige Hawes or Positive Page on Twitter. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye. All the love as always.